Hello, welcome to Lanmou Tarot. This is going to be a general reading for the collective for Thursday, the 24th of January. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that this reading resonates with you. And I've already meditated and shuffled. I'm just going to do a little bit more shuffling on camera, and I'll be ready to start. These are the larger version of the wider weight card, and this is the two cards I just jumped, the Ace of Swords and Judgment. And I'm going to leave them here, folks. Usually I don't, but these cards have already been shuffled. I'm going to leave them there, and I'm not going to cut the card. I'm really listening to whatever my intuition is telling me right now, and I'm still going to pick those three cards that normally I would pick for the general reading. So first card that I pull from the top is the Five of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the King of Swords. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck here we had the Five of Wands. Okay, so there is a fight that's happening in your world. I'm just rearranging the cards so you can see all of them. Okay, I'm working in a very small space, and I still want you to see the cards, and those are the larger cards, so they take quite a bit of space. All right, so these were our jumpers. So now we had the 5 cards reading. We had the Ace of Swords and Judgment that jumped out of the deck, and having that Five of Swords and the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck here, it seems like you're dealing with some kind of conflict. Okay, we know 5 is also the number of change, but here clearly there is a battle to be had. There is some kind of conflict. There is if someone is having beef with someone else, okay, and whether the way you're dealing with that is to a physical battle with swords and all, or it's a passionate debate like we usually think of that Five of Wands. Oh, and by the way, I just picked up the Five of Wands to show it to you. What's underneath this is the Queen of Swords, and we already had the King of Swords right here on the deck. So clearly there is some sort of a change here happening. There between, and it's probably a battle of the mind. Okay, there is some sort of like there is some kind of like, I don't want to say obstacle, but there is a battle. There is a back and forth. There is you're fighting something. Okay, and it may be with someone. And here we have a King of Swords there. That's a very decisive man. That is, especially if you're an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, this may be very of significance. This reading may be of significance for you. And we have that five of swords, excuse me. And that card, this card, I don't always see it, by the way, as a negative card. The way he has a smirk on his face, it's almost kind of like, and those other people are walking away, like it's like they give up. It's almost like, yeah, you're not to be taken seriously. They just drop their swords, they give up. It's almost like they're not trying so much to fight him, and he's just like, seems almost very so young and bashful, kind of like, I don't care that you didn't fight. I win anyways because I have all the swords. That's the feeling I get most of the time when I look at the specific Five of Swords. The look on his face always gets to me, and that those people are walking away. Okay, and it may be so that in the past someone acted that way. Someone didn't play fair. Okay, there was a fight, there was a battle, there was some kind of disagreement, and someone decided to just walk away instead of taking their swords and actually deal with the issue head on, instead of actually, pick up their swords and fight, for whatever it is you were dealing with. If it was a romantic situation, perhaps it was your mate. They decided to just drop their swords instead of dealing with the issue. There are some people that are very passive aggressive, and I know I my twin flame, um is a Gemini, and he can be very passive aggressive in that way. And he, instead of dealing with the issue right there heads on, he'd rather play victim and then just like walk away, right? Instead of picking his words and okay, let's talk it out, let's just have it, and let's just clear the air. They're right. So that's what I feel like. Some people, perhaps someone walked away, okay, instead of like just clearing the air, taking up their swords and just fight it out, and so we can just take care of it, okay. And it may have in that situation really affected your foundation, your stability, your home life, okay. It affected you in a way where you feel like you had to become that person. Here you are in the middle, happy, joyous. You can see people in the background still having a good time, and this is just the two of you here walking away, right? We think of this card as the newlywed card. We think of this card sometimes indicating a twin flame relationship if we had like other cup cards here, but we don't have any cups card here, okay. There's no more emotions here. It's just passion and mental, right? We just have to make decisions. We're maybe passionate about the situation. You may be passionate about this fight that you've been having, or about this relationship, or about this issue, and you cannot let yourself just be in that place, or because I'm passionate and all this. You have to take decisions, okay. You have to be very decisive. The King of Swords is very decisive, okay. He's not as cutting as the Queen of Swords, but he's also very decisive, and he's clear. It's not like this two for you get with the Queen of Swords that's at the bottom here. You can have my swords or you can have my hand. No, 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 no. He's holding his hand to himself. What you have is the swords. He's just gonna let you know this is what it is, and then that's it. So perhaps in the past that was a situation. Someone walked away from a discussion. Someone walked away from an argument, and that affected your home life, your stability, your foundation. Okay, and this is also the Venus in Aries card. So my Venus is also in Aries. I'm a triple Aries. So if your Venus is in Aries, this also may be very significant to you, this reading or this message. So, but in the future here, whether it's you or that person you are dealing with, they're gonna come way more mature. They're not gonna be this smug guy with that smirk on their face and just like, I don't care if I played fair or not, I win, just by default because you walked away. They're gonna be more like in their power. They're going to stand strong with their sword yielded way high, and there's no misunderstanding by the look on his face. So in the future, or in the near future, this is what you'll be facing. You'll be facing more of a mature person that is standing in their power, that can hold their own, and that can meet you, okay, where you are, so you can have that discussion. So you can, no matter how passionate it gets, but this discussion will be had, okay. And that's what I'm getting here. It's a lot of discussion and perhaps even communication. It may be passionate, but it will be very clear. And the Ace of Swords is what jump. It's the Ace of Swords. That's a sword of clarity. Okay, it's not just a sword for cutting. This is an offer of a new beginning. A new beginning, whether it's a spiritual new beginning, whether it's a new beginning in the way you see an issue, the way you think about a certain aspect of your life, or a past situation, but it is nonetheless Ace of Swords. You start anew. You're gonna let go of this fight, this battle. You're gonna clear the air, okay? Because now you're in your power, and then you're going to start anew, a new of thinking, a new of being, a new way of relating. And that Ace of Swords came out with the Judgment card. The Judgment card is the card of basically it's time to meet your maker, okay? It's Judgment Day, rising. They're literally rising from their coffin, whole family, and here's the angel with their trumpet. This is the call. This is not the time for you to come and say and basically what did you achieve, okay? This is the time for you to come and say your piece. As far as what was your life purpose, did you live by your life purpose, did you it's the Judgment Day. And I'm sorry, I cannot, I'm all of a sudden I feel like I'm losing my words. And for some of you, it may be once that sort of clarity comes, you may be taken aback, okay? You may be so used to that situation of um, childishness, of immaturity, of like that little fight, every little thing is a fight, every little thing, that little people who like the little drama, you may be so used to that, to the point when you meet with this person here, that person come back, because judgment card is also a card of coming back, reconciliation, time for us to basically speak our truth, okay? So when that person come back with that sword of clarity, or when you go back to that sword with that sword of clarity about a situation from the past, something you have to revisit, a person you have to revisit, you may be either overwhelmed but or at a loss for words, at a loss for, you don't know exactly how to take it. Perhaps it might be unbelievable for you. And here I am, all of a sudden my words are back. So there was something there. So prepare yourself. There's something from the past, okay? You're going to receive great clarity about a situation from the past that dealt with some kind of I don't see it as instability. I see it more like there was some sort of a fight. There was some kind of battle. There was, like, some back and forth there, and there's a big chance you walked away from it, because I'm reading this card like this is you. And it may be also that you are the person that was creating that immaturity, that all that foolishness and all the drama. And if you are that person, perhaps you've gone through a whole journey of rediscovering yourself, of growing up, of coming into maturity, and you'll be coming back as a king, okay? Especially if you're an air sign, or perhaps we're just asking you need to step up your game, okay? You can't be running away from your problems, from issue, from battles, and you need to step up and meet your problems head on and speak your truth with that Ace of Swords. And if someone is coming back from the past, you will have to do that. You have to be very decisive, and you have to speak your truth, okay? Don't throw the dust under the cover. Just let it all air out. Put it all in the sun. All right. And this is our woman's angel card, and it says here, we pulled up, it is safe for you to love, okay? Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So that goes somewhat with this, as far as if someone is coming back from the past, just open your heart, listen to them, allow them to speak their truth, or you yourself may have to take your time to clear your mind and to be very decisive about what it is that you want, to be that king, okay? To be in your power, and so you can really experience what is it that this relationship or the situation has to offer you, okay? It is safe for you to love. So if that person is coming back now as a king, just know they really went through their awakening, they did the work. It's not just an act. They did the work they're supposed to do, and you can open your heart. It is safe for you to accept them. Also, always follow your intuition. You know your own personal situation better than anyone else. Your intuition will never fail you. If you confuse, pause, ask for guidance, meditate. Like, literally, ask spirit, your angel guides, your ancestors, like before you go to bed, in your dreams, or as you're walking, please send me a sign. What does that mean? What am I supposed to understand from that? Like, but hear what spirit, the angels are telling us, that it is safe for you to love. So that situation is coming back, and it's gonna bring you clarity, and it's okay for you to trust it. Okay, we have a jumper, and these are the angels and ancestors oracle card. We have Hunter, fierce looking guy there, okay? Track down your fears and desires. And then we have the Elder. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Oh wow. Okay, that's quite something, isn't it? That's quite something. Especially the way we started this reading here with this guy, and I keep feeling like it's not so much there was a battle, it's kind of like that same level of immaturity and uh, like it's not even youthfulness because it's just almost ignorance. Like it's just like foolishness. So it's basically like, and there's a growing process there to become that king. And you say move beyond your ancestral patterns. So if you grew up in a very unhealthy environment, in a household where there was always fights and arguments and you know loudness and just drama all the time, that may be why you act in that way. That may be why you show up in relationship the way that you do, and you probably did not realize how you yourself, your own actions and behavior were affecting your relationships. Okay, so they're asking you to move beyond those patterns. Okay, and if it's someone else you're dealing with, or a situation you're dealing with that's presenting itself that way, you need to clear your energy away from that. Okay, and having Hunter there telling you to drag down your fears and your desires, it's almost like spirit is asking you to be your own person, get to know yourself. Yesterday we had in the reading we had that first card, that our angel guidance card, as we pulled listen. Okay, and spirit was asking us to quiet our mind and to listen to their guidance. Okay, and that they have our back, and or we don't need to know the exact situations, the exact time and how things will resolve themselves. We just need to listen and they will guide us along, and that they're working on our on all our intentions. Okay, and all the stuff we're going to manifest. So if you are right now going through a healing process, you're trying to become that king of swords, or someone else is doing so, and you still in that at that phase here, it's time for you to take a moment. Self-evaluation. That's a message I got last week, earlier in the week, even with that full moon energy. It's time for us to evaluate ourselves. Where are we now? What do we want to release, right? And now spirit is telling us, track down your fears and your desires. So it's time for us to really get to know ourselves. What are our fears? What are the stuff we need to conquer, to overcome? And what are the things that we want to nourish? What are the things we want to nurture? Okay, so we can leave behind negative ancestral patterns, negative behavior, negative habits. It's still like releasing. Spirit is still asking us. There's some releasing that's still to be had for some people in regards to something from the past. Okay, and I thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope that this reading resonates. If it does, like, subscribe, and comment. Share your experience, and if you know anyone that may benefit from it, please go ahead and share it. And this is Lanmou Tarot. I am still new here. Any advice you have, it's very much welcomed. Okay, and this is just basically my way of giving back, my way of listening to Spirit's call, that I share my gift with the collective, that and hopefully that the message that I'm receiving from Spirit is coming across, and that it's being helpful in some way. And I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, love is the only answer.